Meghan claps back at UK media after Thomas Markle contact story twist. Today we're breaking down the latest UK media meltdown and the major twist that completely exposes their narrative. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, just shut down yet another fabricated headline about her and her estranged father. And she did it with 5 words that made the tabloids choke. Let's talk about the spin, the manipulation, the truth behind what really happened. This story is a perfect example of the difference between real empathy and manufactured smear campaigns. Every time Meghan shows compassion, the UK press shows its claws. And this time, when Meghan reached out during a genuine medical emergency involving her father, the tabloids twisted it into something cold and calculated. But Meghan, she shut it down instantly and beautifully. Let's start with the facts. Thomas Markle recently experienced a serious health emergency. No matter what history exists, that's a difficult situation for anyone. And despite everything, despite years of public betrayal, sold stories, interviews, and harassment, Meghan reached out to check on him. She didn't announce it. She didn't call TMZ. She didn't make it performative. She simply did the compassionate human thing. That should have been the headline. That is the real story. But of course, the UK tabloids can never allow Meghan to be seen as empathetic. So the Times and Daily Express rushed to twist it. They ran with headlines claiming Meghan told aides to contact her father, purposefully trying to make her look distant, cold, and distracted. The message they wanted to send was clear. See, she didn't reach out herself. See, she doesn't care, because acknowledging Meghan's compassion ruins the anti-Meghan storyline that they have been selling for years. Then came Meghan's response. A spokesperson released a simple statement that vaporized the tabloid's fantasy. This is a complete fabrication. 5 words, no drama, no long explanation, just the truth cutting straight through the mess. Because Meghan did reach out personally, not through staff, not through intermediaries, directly. This is a pattern we have seen for years. Meghan acts quietly and with integrity. The tabloids invent a scandal. Her team corrects the lie, and then the tabloids cry victim, claiming she's attacking the press. Which is why Meghan said they don't report the news, they create the news. The media in the US are not fit for purpose. They're a disgrace to journalism. It's a cycle, one designed to control the narrative, not report the truth.
And the saga continues. A world-exclusive interview. Amid reports Duchess of Sussex reached out to her sick father, Thomas Markle tells Mail on Sunday he still hasn't had call he longs for. Dad's plea to Meghan. See me one more time before I die. From Caroline Graham. The same Caroline Graham that has been by his side since he was living in Mexico all those years back. Who was apparently with him in the Philippines. In my opinion, this seems like a setup to cash in on Meghan one last time, in my opinion. Because why hasn't anyone asked the question, why is Caroline Graham with Thomas Markle? Why has she integrated herself into his life for almost a decade now? And for the people that want to act as if Thomas Markle is innocent, I will leave you with this clip.
And of course the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding. I was just part of it, basically.
The royals only.
What's even more frustrating, Thomas Markle has other children, other grandchildren, other family dynamics far more fractured than his with Meghan, because the press pressures her and only her to publicly perform emotional labor on demand. Why is Meghan the only one held responsible for an entire family's behavior? Because the tabloids need her as their villain. They need her to fit their script, unfeeling, unbothered, cold, difficult. But the problem is, she isn't. And every time Meghan quietly proves them wrong, their entire house of cards shakes. The desperation was obvious this time. They wanted a story where Meghan ignored her father. She didn't. They wanted a story where she acted out of obligation. She didn't. They wanted drama that they could monetize. She refused to give it to them. They also invented something that sounded just believable enough for their anti-Meghan audience. And when she corrected it, they were exposed again. The truth is, her compassion didn't fit their script, so they rewrote the script and got caught. Meghan is always choosing grace over chaos. Even now, when it would have been easier to say nothing, she acted with maturity and empathy. Then she corrected the lie swiftly, not to brag, not to perform, but simply to stop harmful misinformation. Meanwhile, the tabloids revealed their true priorities: sensationalism over truth, clicks over compassion, narrative over accuracy. And every time Meghan responds with calm clarity, another chunk of their credibility crumbles.
So let's talk about the update. Yesterday, it was reported that Meghan Sussex's estranged father, Thomas Markle, was in the ICU after emergency surgery. Well, today it has emerged that he had his leg amputated after his foot turned black. I guess it was a matter of life and death, which is why he had his leg snipped. The only reason why we know about this is because his side is talking to the press, and it's gotten to the point where a member of the press is actually with them in the Philippines. That is why the press knows about this, which is why the public knows about this. This is just another convenient stick to beat Meghan Sussex with. There were some conflicting reports earlier today on whether or not the Duchess of Sussex was going to reach out to her father. Earlier today, her spokesperson did dismiss reports that she reached out to her father and that she instructed her aides to make contact. And then it was confirmed by her spokesperson that she did in fact reach out to her father, Thomas Markle, after his emergency leg amputation. The spokesperson just said that she did reach out to her father. They didn't say what they spoke about. I'm sure we'll know by Monday what they spoke about, especially since Caroline Graham is on the ground with Thomas Markle in the Philippines. So we'll either hear about it through her or through his son, Thomas Markle Jr., who's also in the Philippines with them.
So here's the real plot twist. The tabloids tried to smear her, but they ended up exposing themselves again. Meghan reached out personally. She showed kindness despite years of hurt. She acted like an adult while the media acted like a circus. And with 5 words, this is a complete fabrication. She reminded the world exactly who she is and exactly who they are. This is why they fear her. This is why they attack her. And this is why their narratives keeps collapsing. Because the truth, their narratives keep collapsing. Because the truth always wins in the end. So guys, that's what I wanted to bring you. Meghan has shut them down spectacularly. Meghan is saying to them, you will not put me in your box. You're hateful, vindictive, and just being so aggressive box. No, you will not. I can reach out to him. I can show empathy. My father's done a lot of things that hurt me. But at the end of the day, he's sick, he's in the hospital, and I can show empathy to him, and that's what I've decided to do. It's none of your business. Butt out, stay out of our business, but I will do what I feel like I need to do. So guys, that's what I wanted to bring you. Sometimes you have to shut the noise down. Sometimes you have to just do what you have to do. And I think that's what Meghan is proving and showing us. So guys, that's what I wanted to bring you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you never miss a beat. Bye.